Hey, gang. Just wanted to take a moment to talk about some things that have been on my mind for quite some time. Um, First and foremost, I've been meaning to get back to the dream analysis series because it's incomplete. I have it set up so that I go through my process and how I correlate the moon phase towards the content of the dreams, the symbolism, the images that are shown, and how that relates to the phase of the moon. I've done the new moon, waning, and waxing phases, but I haven't done the full moon yet. Uh, Part of the reason is because I struggle to even get good sleep around the full moons and new moons, so it's hard to get good content for you guys. And but I can do some digging. I can do some digging and try to find one. I just haven't done it. Um, so there's that. And even in doing so, my process, that is, I found that though I don't rely on AI at all really for my analysis, I do think it's an awesome tool to really narrow down and refine my own analysis. But it has its limitations because what I found is that a lot of the analyses that I make are layered in the way that they operate on deeper spiritual levels. As it's, I haven't really fleshed it out yet, but there's like social aspects to it, personal aspects, spiritual, and other ones that I'm still kind of wrapping my head around and grasping, aspects pertaining to just forces and elements that are more or less unseen but felt. So that's something I've really been exploring as of late. So I'm saying that now because if you do watch that series or any of those episodes, some of the claims that I have made were only really scratching the surface. I'll give one example. There was one, I think it was on the new moon video maybe. There was one instance where there was a part of the dream that someone in that dream was relaying a message to me that there was either a person or people in like Pennsylvania sending me energy to disrupt my mental state, something like that. And at first I was like, yeah, that's probably just a symbol or like a code for something. But as time went on, I realized that actually very well could have happened or was happening. So that's a layer. I mean, like there's a certain physical part that is very plain and easy to see, but there's aspects that go beyond what meets the eye and beyond what is considered acceptable. Even, and I know that's crazy to say because a lot of people would say that dreams in general or dream analysis isn't a adequate measure to try and regulate whatever it is, your nervous system, clear up thoughts, even prophetic dreams and stuff like that, which I don't endorse. I think there's very, very important significance to dreams. I mean, I wouldn't do an analysis at all if I didn't think that way. So I wanted to make that clear. If you do go back and watch it, that video is already dated, which is crazy because I don't even think it's a year old at this point. But keep that in mind, that if you do decide that you want to start analyzing your own dreams or dreams of others, bear in mind that there's layers to that stuff. But don't let that discourage you or make it too daunting. Really explore that stuff. I'm still a student to my own my own works, so um, it's great to see what you'll be able to do with that as well. With that, I want to talk about the another thing that's kind of been weighing on me, and that has to do with morality in general. But first, I'll talk about morality with my process, and I guess the biggest thing I grapple with is the use of AI, which honestly I don't use every time, but I do like having that as a not a failsafe, but almost like a guide or guardrails, more or less. And again, like I said, it has its limitations, but it's still awesome. It's still really good. And the reason I have some moral dilemmas with it is because um, I'm giving it information that is very personal to a degree. I usually don't use names or anything like that. But still, I mean, it's as personal as it gets, really. And I don't know if I should necessarily be doing that, but the way I kind of see it is like I'll take my chances. Um, I think it's a trauma thing, why I would even have that issue in the first place, why I moved that way. Trauma that's hard to explain because to me it reaches past this current life and extends into past lives where I feel like I was trying to do digging up truths and stuff like that, not just for the world or even the universe in general, but my own being. And I feel like um, I was almost always met with some sort of persecution or punishment for that. So that's kind of why I even have that mental battle with um, talking about that kind of stuff, that personal information, and who gets access to that. So maybe it's not the wisest thing, but I'd like to be optimistic about it at the same time. So that's one moral dilemma I have with that. And it's not a requirement. You really don't need to do that at all if you're doing any dream analysis. But in the current times, it's a tool we have at our fingertips, really. So I wanted to test it out, and I was blown away by it, really. You really, I mentioned this. You don't even have to have the or use the process that I use. You could straight up just enter your dream into AI, and it'll do a pretty darn good job. But that's not really what I'm here for. I need to develop that skill for myself, um, because who knows how long AI is going to be around in this life. So anyway, aside from that, a moral issue that I've dealt with, and I don't know if it's really moral or ethical, but it has to do with relationships, in particular romantic relationships for me. And this definitely stems from trauma because I haven't had good experiences with relationships in that sense, um, to the point where I didn't think I was worthy to be in one or deserving of one, or if it was even in my cards to be in one, because I didn't and I don't know if there's space for it in my life, if if I can walk the path that I walk but still hold the space for another like that. I think I can. I truly do think I can. So I haven't given up hope. But I'm curious to see if anyone else has similar experience and can shed some light on that. Time will tell. I'm not ruling it out. I truly feel like that's an obstacle put in my way for a very specific reason. So there's that, and then another layer to that, which goes towards sex, which is actually a lot easier for me to morally and ethically deal with. Now, in the past, obviously that was a big hurdle for me. If you've watched any of my videos, you know why. But now I'm very much more discerning about that, and would never give my energy so indiscriminately like I had in the past like that. It's just not safe. It's not safe. And if you have the capacity to understand this, and I don't mean to sound all, you know, nose up in the air when I say that, but understand that an act like sex is quite literally an energetic transfer, intermingling, fusion. It's an energetic fusion. And if you're doing that with a very low vibrational energy person, the effects that you will feel, for one, will be very adverse. And for how long, I don't know. I guess that depends on your own capacity. So knowing that now, it's very easy for me to actually avoid situations that would have been very tempting in the past for me. It's more so the whole relationship part that gets me still. And it's tough. It's tough that I have to feel that way from previous relationships. Not saying that I'm, I was a perfect role model, stand-up citizen in those relationships, but still, the after effects really made me believe that I didn't deserve one that was right for me, and that I had to walk this path physically alone. And even if that is true, walk a path that's devoid of that kind of reciprocal love. And I don't believe that anymore. And I still have hope. Just how the cookie crumbled there. So it's kind of what's been going on in my head for at least the past year since my last relationship. That was a tough one because it was just timing. Timing wasn't there. And I truly did have another battle or another mission that I had to fight, and that I had to fight alone. It didn't. I really didn't have room for a relationship there. That's what really reinforced that thought. But that was, at the end of the day, very circumstantial. And I'm saying these words now from a much more solid foundation than when I was even in that relationship, even before the breakup happened. And sometimes you don't even realize that because it's too close. You just have to let time pass. For that lesson to be revealed. I mean, you can apply that to anything, really. Like, a tree doesn't grow overnight. You have to plant the seed, and it takes years. Years for it to get big and beautiful. Years for its beauty, for its full strength to be unleashed and revealed to the world. So, maybe this speaks to someone, some people. I would love to hear if you have any similar experiences, if you have any knowledge on any of these topics. Just reach out and let me know. Otherwise, I think that's all I really have to say for right now. So thank you for sharing this moment of peace with me, this moment of clarity. Maybe you feel like you're stepping through a portal at this time. I know that sounds kind of funky, even for me, but it does feel like I'm at some sort of threshold to even have this thought, have this desire to talk about these things. Feels significant. So at the end of the day, I'm enjoying the journey. As weird as these twists and turns may be, I wouldn't trade it for a thing. I truly wouldn't trade it. Very grateful to be here. No regrets. And sometimes it takes a while for heartbreak to heal, but it does heal if you take the time to face it, not run away from it. I think the dream analysis is, for a lot of people, the missing key for any shadow work. Because you see shadow work, that term, at least I see that term getting thrown around a lot. I don't really watch any of those things, excuse me, but I see it, and I don't really know if they get into dream analysis at all, but I mean, you quite literally come face to face or are enveloped in the shadow. So to neglect your dreams would be a major disadvantage for anyone doing shadow work, because you're looking directly at that reflection. No matter how disturbing it is, it's not going to go away until you deal with it. It's just going to cycle around, manifest into different forms, different spaces. But if you have courage, you can direct your desire to overcome that shadow. Not overcome, but learn it. Learn it, integrate it, and transcend it. That would benefit anybody. Is it easy? Not in the slightest. It takes real courage. Real courage, because no one would really understand, because it's not a physical battle that doesn't leave physical scars, but you feel them on the inside and you live with them every day. So if you're doing any sort of shadow work and you're not doing any sort of dream analysis, just start writing down your dreams. That's step one. Or doing like a voice memo on your phone or something like that, recording it, however you can record it. Do that and take important notice to what you felt, not just what you saw, but what you felt. And if that reminded you of anything from your physical life. But step one is to make sure you're getting that you're having dreams, making sure you're sleeping. Not only do you have images, but getting to that state of sleep where you are dreaming is beneficial for your body because it's helping your body truly rest and truly heal. All right, that's all I got. I could keep going about dreams forever. I love that stuff. But yeah, that's all I wanted to discuss today. Thank you for your time, for listening. And I promise I'll get that full moon video out. I just gotta suck it up and do it. All right, take care, guys.